everyone and welcome along. Today we have the letter I. Now, can anyone tell me what that one is? Yeah, no, it's not an iris, which was a very, well, I thought, we've got to paint an iris, and I thought, I've painted so many, let's do something different. So this is called an Impatiens, and if you Google that, Impatiens, a bit like impatience, but different end, you'll find the most beautiful little flower that I've never heard of or painted before. So here's a great opportunity to try it. Grab your paints and let's get started. Have you heard of the Impatiens flower? I think this has to be the first one in the list so far that was unfamiliar to me. So I am going to draw in a stem there, and we'll have one creeping out from behind as well. So we want some leaves, and then a nice big circle for our actual flower centers, and just a little rub, little roll, and we're good to go. Yeah, so this, I remember thinking, I've painted quite a lot of irises recently and I wanted to find something new, and a quick search presented me with the Impatiens flower, and they are so lovely. They're great, look like great bedding plants as well. So I've got permanent rose and a bit of organic vermilion, which makes a really nice sort of pinky red colour. And essentially we're going to start with quite a sort of teardrop shape with a big voluminous shape there. Then we'll have one sort of coming up out from the centre at the top, one on the side and another on the side. That's good, isn't it? All coming into that central point. And we will take just a little bit of the red and give them some of that there, and I will put another one in here, and this one will be peeping out from behind the eye. Very dilute colour. Here we go, this is the one that just needs to be careful of the edge there. Now these will take a moment to dry because they're quite wet, so we will let them do that. That's dried really nicely, and so now I can just cleverly slip in a few little petals in behind. And when these dry, there'll be a lovely crisp edge. Okay, great. Now I'm going to paint in some leaves. And some stems. And shock horror, I'm going to include a new colour, yellow ochre. I'm going to get some yellow ochre in the mix here. So I'm just mixing it into my green gold, and sap green's sort of getting in there too. I want a slightly khaki, earthy tone. So of course that stem is hiding in behind, but that one is coming out the front. And then we'll get that in there. And now just take a bit more of a greener colour. And I want these leaves to have a bit of sort of wobble to their edge. They're not sort of quite as serrated, but they've got a little bit of a wiggle on them. We could always put in a little one there. So that looks cool. And now I'll take a bit of more concentrated sap green and just define these a little bit. And you do get a few extra, well, we're not going to see a huge amount, but you do get a few extra little leaves like that. Lovely. Okay, that's pretty much done, but we will just do a tiny bit of deeper colour just in the middle of the flower. Got some alizarin crimson here, and I can just sort of accentuate the middle of the flower there. And if you wanted, you could always do a little glaze on some of these petals to sort of give them a little bit more interest. Like I say, there's always one more thing you could do, but I know it's a slightly dangerous bit of advice to give, because we, like I say, we don't want to overwork a piece, but for that I felt like it could do with it. Okie dokie, we just need to paint in our buff titanium once that's dry. And there is your Impatiens flower. What a lovely new addition to the collection. So thanks so much for watching, and we've finished another row, but we've got loads more to go, so don't worry, this is a lot of fun. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.